Here's a KSC. I think the engine seized up all right. That's fairly complete actually. Of course the rubber's shot. It's a parts tractor, a project tractor for somebody. It's missing a seat, that's helpful. But it is the way it is. Something to work with anyway. Here's a parts tractor, some kind. I'm pretty sure this is a cockshut 30 is the way it is. I think that's exactly what it is. Oh, comes with a whole bunch of stuff. Pretty sure this is a cockshut 30 for parts. Looks like the block had an owie there though. But it is the way it is. Here's a Minneapolis shit spreader. Other than this hole here, it's actually, the floor's not bad or anything. Here's a 44 Massey. This one's got, well, they put a farmhand hand type tank on. The hydraulic tanks usually mount in the front of a Massey. The factory ones do. It's got a battery in it. It's not that old, the battery. I bet you it's not bad. The engine's loose. This is probably a running tractor. If it's not running, it won't be hard to get running. Tires are tired, or that one is. This tire is better, but there again, it's old, it's cracked, but still, it's actually a nice straight 44 for somebody. Here's the Massey 444. There again, we'll check to see if the thing's seized, and I don't think it is actually. Yeah, the engine's loose. Don't have a battery on, they'll probably run. These are not that common of a tractor. Rubber's holding it up. It's cracked a bit, but it's not terrible. You'll definitely run a bit on an antique tractor. It's got all the lights on. Like, it's, other than this one cover, this tractor's pretty much complete. Nice and straight fenders. This is actually a nice tractor. This tire is bad though. It needs attention. But it's a very nice 444 actually for somebody. It's not a bad tractor at all. It doesn't look the best in the video, but it's not a bad 444. It really isn't. It's all there and it's straight. You can't ask for better, and it's loose, so that tractor's okay for somebody. Here's a Massey 44. It's got an additional hydraulic system. They originally had live hydraulics on it, and unfortunately they cut the grill to put that on. It's got a loader on it of some description. See if this tractor's free. No, I don't think. This one's not loose, I don't think. I don't think it's been long since it's been running. Look at the tires are brand new on it. BKT brand new tire on it. Other one's not a matching one. It's not brand new, but it's very good. Now, this tractor I don't think was running that long ago. That's a nice tractor. I'm sure this is a 44, this tractor, but it looks smaller than the 44 to me. Maybe I don't think it's a 33, but it could be. I think this is, yeah, I don't know if this is, for some, no, it's got to be a 44. It just looks, with the loader, it makes it look different to me, that's all. But it's a nice old Massey for somebody. Here's a plow. It looks like a Neverland plow. Or is it? Yeah, it is. Neverland. It's only a 4-bottom. It looks like such a huge plow, but it's only a 4-bottom. Here's a couple of farmhand bale hands. I've never seen these work before, but they're here. Here's a 2-bottom plow with some description. I don't know what make it is, but it's a 2-bottom plow nonetheless. Here's an I-870 plow, a 5-bottom. It's a good plow for an 806 or 826 or something like that, and the heavier soil. But actually it's in pretty good shape. It hasn't been that long since it's been used. I think it's missing a coulter though. Still a good outfit. Here's a Massey Ferguson 884 bottom plow. It's a pretty substantial plow actually. Like I think in our ground you'd pull it with a WD-9, but it'd be a good pull. Here's a John Deere plow at 3100 5 bottom plow. Here's another one in 6 bottom. We've had lots of plows last time too. Yeah, it's a 3100. Here's a 7 bottom Neverland plow. This is quite a plow. It's a big plow for 7 bottoms. And here's a 75 bottom. Or no, it's a 6 bottom 70 is what it is, so it's a little bigger plow. Here's a New Holland 195 shit spreader. And here's a Rock-O-Matic rock picker, a great big sucker. This looks like a heavy duty root rake. That's what that looks like to me. Or I think it was a chisel that somebody converted into a root rake is what they did. They took all the shanks and put them on the back. And they made a root rake out of it. It's a case chisel. Here's an Alteen disc, a big heavy Alteen, just a field disc that's a real heavy duty one, well built. Here's a John Deere gyro mower. I'm pretty sure this is John Deere, it is. This one's got interesting tires. These ones are tires that won't go flat. Here's a Cockshot 246 chisel, an older model. Here's a Kilberry shit spreader. This one's been repainted, but it's in real nice shape. This should do well. Here's a little New Holland 10,000 or 1002 stack liner. Here's a great big bale wagon, a stack liner 1063. This one's a huge one. Here's a 470 disc, an IH 470 disc. It looks like it's in real nice shape. Here's a hay rake. I don't know what brand this one is. I almost think it's IH, but I don't. Yeah, I think it could be international, but it doesn't. Some things don't look right though. I don't know what it is. This one looks like a New Holland to me though. Here's a 100 press drill, an IH 100 press drill. It looks like about a 12-footer. And it's got the fertilizer attachment, but not the grass seeds. This one's interesting, is it's got the smoked packer wheels, and there's not a lot of them around here came with those. They're kind of different. I think they'd be easy to bend, honestly, but put a new plank on it and stuff. This looks like it's in good shape. Go look at. And maybe not, these are all right. We kept it nice and clean inside. We kept the fertilizer bin. I get the well-kept drill and they'll go right to work. It's very nice. Very, very nice 100 press drill. Here's an easy on disc, a real nice one. A real big one, although the discs are worn down quite a bit. It is a heavy duty disc. It's got arrows on. Here's a Hutch Master disc. Here's a Hutch Master disc. Here's a very nice 4500 viber shank. It only needs one shovel. This is IH, one ours is case IH, but we got the same thing. This one's a nice viber shank. This one's a very, very nice cultivator. Here's a Massey Ferguson deep tillage cultivator. It's got just short little wings on it, but it's not that wide. It's about maybe 18 shank or something like that. It's not a very big cultivator. Here's a Morris rod weeder. It's got shovels on it. That's got shanks on it and the rod weeder. Here's a Morris rod weeder. It's got shanks on it and the rod on the back. So There you go. I'm not gonna put these in the results, but here's a couple. Well, actually, maybe I should. Here's a couple of New Holland 1033 stack liners right side by side. They look decent. Here's a Case IH 725 swather, a pull type swather. Here's a chisel, looks like it's a Massey. Here's a light tillage cultivator. I'm not sure what it is, but it's a little vibra-shank of some kind. It's not IH, I don't, it's something else. Here's an IH 50 chisel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 footer. This one looks like, oh, this one's got a wheel bearing out, and this has been disconnected here, so this one needs work, but it is the way it is. It probably won't bring much, but still, these are a good cultivator. Here's a nice IH. I think this is a this is a 45 vibra-shank. It looks like about an 18 or 20 footer with spikes on and everything. It's a nice cultivator. Here's a John Deere hay rake, Case hay rake, Tanati hay rake, Hay Saver hay rake, a New Holland hay rake. Here's another heavy disc, looks like it could be easy on. Here's an old John Deere tiller. What's interesting is I saw advertisements of John Deere ours, and they claimed to pull a tiller this big. Thought, well, what it load, but they claimed they could do it, so interesting to see if they actually can. Here's another stack liner 1033. I'm not going to include all these in the results. There's a 7200 drill. It's got actually narrow wheels and tires on it. They had wider ones originally, but it's your hoe drill, hoe press drill. Here's a big Kello built disc. Here's an antique disc. This must be something like a brush cutter or something like that. I don't know what this thing does, honestly. Here's a John Deere drill. This one's a rope trip drill. Here's a disc, looks like International actually. Here's a Case IH. This one I think is the 46, what is it, 45. I don't know if it's the 4500, I don't think so. This is the heavier one, 4700 I think. Here's a Schulte rock rake. Here another stack liner 1033. I've only got to give prices on 2 of them, I think. I can't make long videos, like the auction results are videos that take the most work and I get the least amount of viewership on, so I'm not going to put as much effort as I used to. Here's a white 249 chisel. Here's a little disc. Someone's got a couple hydraulic cylinders on them for weight. Some harrows, some flex frame harrows, and a tether. Here's a wheel rake again. Here's a sickle mower of some kind. This one's a Case trailing sickle mower. It's got awfully small tires on it, but it would work. New Holland swath turner. Here's another rake. This looks like a brand new hay tether twister. Brand new one. This has never been used, obviously. I will put the results for that on for the heck of it. Lots of rakes. Lots of wheel rakes and wheel rakes. Over there, there's lots of hay binds. I won't go through all of them, I can't. Here's one that's 3-point hitch. Another wheel rake. Here's a Class hay tether, a fairly new one. Here's an interesting rake. It's a double-side delivery Vermeer rake. Interesting. Here's a Viking number 2F fanning mill. Like, it's faded out a bit, but it's not in bad condition. I'm sure it's very functional. It's not rotted. It's faded a bit. And here's I don't know what this thing is. Flurry's Sons, Aurora, Ontario. That's definitely a press for something to press, to squeeze something, squeeze the juice out of something. I've never seen one before, not in this area. What about you? Here's a 2-bomb plow. I'm not sure what brand this is. It's not IH. Oh, but you let me know in the comments if you know what kind of plow this is. Here's a Massey Ferguson 4-bottom plow, 3-point hitch one. They did weld one of the mold boards up, but it needs shins, but it's certainly serviceable. Here's a Ford sickle mower, 3-point hitch one. Here's a nicely painted up, actually I'll call it restored. It looks like everything's in good shape there, the mold boards and stuff. 309A 3-point hitch plow. It's got coulters and everything. It's well done. Here's a Massey Ferguson sickle mower, 3-point hitch one. Well, I hope this video has earned your subscription. God bless you all. Catch you at the next one.